What is up, Poke fans?
We are back. Season 5, Little Cup coming at ya. As always, Couch Pilot Trevor. This is my first face reveal on YouTube, so welcome to my face. As always, the Season 3 champ and your Safari guide, John Henry, with me.
Jack isn't here today because he's not dedicated.
He's dedicated to getting his masters, so we will not have Couch Pilot Jack with us. Hopefully, throughout this presentation, we have a couple more of the Couch Pilot squad join. We might have Devlin jump in, and maybe a newcomer, Grant, because with Season 5, we've added 2 new combatants to our family and team. One from New York, and I'm just kidding, from England, Jacob.
Very British.
And we got, yeah, he's British, even though I like to say New York. I think it's a funny joke. And Grant, who we have been talking with and trying to get into this since Season 1. He finally finished his living decks, so he finally decided to join. And what a season to do it. You don't have to put that much preparation in getting your mons to level 5. But, John Henry, you want to go ahead and explain some of the rules?
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. I like to think of this season as kind of a refresher season. It's kind of a goof around. Not kind of like what we did with Season 3. Season 3 was a bit of a refresher as well. But whenever we're adding new people to the league, we decided to kind of take it easy and not throw them immediately into the competitive scene. So we decided to go with Little Cup. The way that Little Cup works is all Pokemon are level 5. They cannot be evolved in any way, so like they can't be a second stage or a third stage evolution, and they can't be a Pokemon that does not evolve, such as Dunsparce, Smeargle, just to name.
They can't just, yeah, they can't be something that never evolves.
They have to have an evolution, and they have to be the base form of that evolutionary set. So that's the basic rules.
That are. Did you have it on the slide? Which ones are illegal?
No, I didn't, but I know which ones are illegal. So the Pokemon that are illegal, according to Smogan, are Pokemon that have the abilities Moody. So you're not allowed to use Moody. You're not allowed to use the ability Chlorophyll. You are not allowed to use Baton Pass as a move, and you're not allowed to use one-hit KOs. There's also the sleep clause of putting more than one Pokemon to sleep, and evasion clause. So you're not allowed to use like sand attack, stuff like that. But on top of that, they've banned certain Pokemon that are just unfair to use. Some of those being, I got something in my eye.
No, they're just too strong. You go ahead and get that out of your eye. So basically, we're talking like a lot of the ghost Pokemon. Some ghost Pokemon are basically out because they're just too strong and they do not have a big weakness. So it's like Ghastly, Drifloon, and then Scyther, obviously, because Scyther's very strong with Technician and he has just really good stats. Along with Sneasel, let's see, Swirlix, Tangela, Alolan Vulpix,
and Cherubi,
Cutie Fly, and Corsola, Galarian.
Yeah.
Because she's just too good as a ghost form.
Yeah.
So I think that actually is all the ghost out because you can't pick any of the other ones. Because, like, you could have got Duskull maybe, but Duskull's not that great of a mon.
Yeah, there's like Phantom and those ones too.
Yeah, Phantom. Yeah, but it's the stronger ghost, aka, you know, especially Ghastly since it has Levitate. That's just too good of a mon to bring into the game. Drifloon has Unburdened, so basically when it uses its item, it doubles its speed. I mean, it's just stuff like that. And then, like John Henry said, no Chlorophyll, no Moody, no Baton Pass, no, you know, we're keeping our sleep clause where you can only put one Pokemon to sleep on the team, and no accuracy moves, just like always. So, anything to add before we get into the picks?
No, I think that's it. Other than that, we are playing in a singles match, so it's going to be 1v1, and it's best of 3.
Oh, we are doing a best of 3.
I thought it was best of 3.
I thought we'd do best of 3 in the playoffs because these videos are going to be really long.
I don't. We'll see. We'll see how it goes after the first non-conference game.
Okay.
But
so one will be testing best of 3 to see how long it is, because this is a 6v6. It's not 3v3. So everyone has Pokemon team of 10. We went back to 10 this time around, and you get to bring 6 into battle in singles format. Now, maybe them being babies, it will go faster because they don't take as many hits, but we all know how stall tactics reign supreme in singles, so I just hope the videos aren't too long. But we will test it out and work it out from there. But let's go ahead and get into the picks.
Alrighty, so before we get into the picks, we should recognize that Calvin is our Season 4. Take it off of his face there. Calvin is our Season 4 Pokemon Draft League champion. He went undefeated, and he was the very first #1 seed to win the championship. So
was very first.
Congratulations, Calvin.
Because Devlin was a 2 seed in his season. I was a 2 seed in my season. You were a
challenger. It was in
you were the challenger in your season because we didn't do seeds. And then Calvin was the undefeated world champion.
Correct. Yeah, he
never got beat.
He
not
did
once. Not once.
Not even close.
I beat him in 1 match. I think some other people beat him in 1 match, but then ended up losing as well.
I think Gavin got him in one. It came down to three matches on Gavin. I think I may have gotten him in 1 too, but maybe not.
Right. Well, I mean, his team was super good.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you haven't checked it out and you are watching this video because it looked interesting, Calvin's VGC team is impeccable. You could use it online and do really well for yourself, honestly.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's get on to the draft video. So the very first pick of the draft was Couch Pilot Jack.
Yeah, he got the first. He's usually towards the bottom. If I remember correctly, in Season 1 and Season 2, he was the last pick, and he thought it was rigged.
Yep.
Season 3, he was around the middle to the end, and this is his first season to actually have like one of the top picks. And he goes with Diglett.
Diglett's good. He's fast. He hits hard. He's a little bit of a limp noodle.
He is a limp noodle, but he has Arena Trap. So
he has Arena Trap.
Good ability, fast Mon, good stab Earthquake. I mean, really, do we need to say more?
Well, personally, I think with the first pick of the draft, he should have gone with one of the best Pokemon.
I think so, too.
And I don't think that Diglett is one of the best in Little Cup.
I think Diglett is really good. I think he's a top 5, but I don't think he's the best. I think the next pick is the best pick in the draft.
I think that the next pick should have gone #1.
I think so, too.
Which that was our reigning champ, Calvin, and he took Onyx.
Yeah.
Onyx is a monster in Little Cup.
How do you not choose Onyx in any Little Cup form? I mean, his defense is out the wazoo. He's got great HP. He's got good moves, even at 5. I'm not really sure of what his ability is, but
it's sturdy.
I mean, sturdy, yeah. And you can't one-shot him.
Plus, if you give him a berry juice, then basically he gets 2 sturdies.
He gets 2 sturdies,
and he can set stealth rocks. He has so much potential, and that's why I think that Onyx is the best Little Cup Pokemon for just one, like multiple uses. But
I
mostly
think you can build a better team around Diglett because of the arena trapping, but through and through, if you take one Mon versus every Mon in Little Cup, Onyx is the one you should take.
Yeah, it's just that Little Cup really comes down to hazard control.
Yeah.
We see in doubles, we see a lot of weather control. Not so much weather control in Little Cup. It comes down to whether you can get hazards out there and whether you can keep them out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I would agree.
So, very good pick, Calvin. Jack had a good pick also. His team, his picks early on, there's no real complaints. It's just I expected Onyx to go #1.
Team around Diglett. You know, he's building a Diglett team, arena trap team.
Yeah,
I should say, and that's why he doesn't choose Onyx because he's building a team instead of just picking the best Pokemon. Which
no
that's
complaints.
new for Jack. He doesn't do that. So
yeah, I think last time he just had his girlfriend pick Pokemon for him. So
yeah,
and she doesn't play Pokemon. So
did he win a single match?
I think he might have won a couple.
No, he lost to Ryan too. He went defeated.
He probably beat Josh. He won at least one match.
He might have beat Josh. I don't know though.
All right, so third pick of the draft. Josh chose Machop.
I mean, high attack, honestly.
I assume it's a counter to the previous Pokemon that have showed up.
Onyx.
The Onyx mainly. Machop has what? It has No Guard and its other ability.
No Guard and Iron Fist.
And Inner Focus, I think, is the third one.
I thought his punching moves got increased.
Yeah, but I think he has 2 basic and then 1 hidden.
Yeah.
And I think Inner Focus is the other.
You can put Thunder Punch on him, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch.
Good cover ability.
Yeah. I mean, he has coverage along with the 20% extra on punching moves.
Does he have Guts?
I don't know if Machop does, but I know Machamp does.
I know Machamp has Guts, so maybe Machop
even if
also.
He had Guts is really good ability.
Yeah. So I mean, if he gets a Mach Punch Guts thing going, then we'll see.
Be hard to deal with, especially with not very many Ghostmons to not take those hits.
Kanto Pokemon in the Little Cup, they go fast, and I think that's because Kanto didn't balance out their Pokemon with other regions. So like a lot of these Kanto first forms are really good.
Yeah. And Kanto, I say Kanto. I know Kanto is the correct way because it's actually a place in Japan, but I say Kanto still. All right, on to the next one.
Gavin,
now this was the next best Pokemon in my opinion.
It's not bad.
He's just a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I don't know how much of the Little Cup you've done on Smogon just to kind of get some research. But before we did the draft, I played a couple hours. Everyone uses this Mon, and for good reason. The U-turning, the pure power, and I don't remember what his ability is, but I know it's good.
I believe he also has access to Fake Out as well.
Yeah, he's literally a force to be reckoned with.
Which is a great Focus Sash breaker.
Oh, he has Regenerator. So if you bring him out of battle, he'll come back with full health later.
Or he gains like 1/3 health.
Yeah, so like basically you hit him and he U-turns on you, hits you really hard, gets out and gets his health back. He's a very good U-turn Pokemon.
So we'll see how it works with stuff like Arena Trap and whatnot.
Well, there's only 2 Arena Trap Pokemon in Little Cup, and Jack has one of them. So
yeah. So for my pick, I chose one of the highest special attackers in all of Little Cup.
If not highest.
It might be the highest. I'm not sure. I chose him because I wanted Psychic Terrain abilities. I wanted to be able to, if I really wanted to, and I wanted to prevent any kind of priority moves, to go out, lay down a Psychic Terrain, and then survive a Focus Sash, and then hit a hard move right after that. So
yeah, because a Stab, Psychic Terrain, Psychic from Abra hits very hard. And you're almost faster than everything else out there.
He is
so
fast.
You almost run the table even at 1 HP.
Yeah. I mean, there's several Pokemon that outspeed him, but with priority moves out of the way, it takes a lot of heat off of him. So
it does. I would agree.
So Grant is completely new to competitive, and he basically just like watched some videos and looked at like tier charts, and he said, I'll go with the dark chicken thingy.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I'll take this because everyone says it's good.
Yeah, so he's going on basically off of tiers. So we'll see what happens with that. This is a good intro season for him to learn how this plays. Volibbe's very good. Volibbe has great special defense.
Great defense. Roost. She has she can set up Tailwind for her team.
Tailwind. Also, we got that Stab knockoff.
Yeah, stab knockoff's huge in Little Cup because of all the Eviolite users. Let me think, what else? Berry juice, sashes, just anything in general to be able to knock it off and get rid of it is huge.
She's also got defog so that she can get rid of hazards.
Yeah.
She's got haze to get rid of status, or not status, to get rid of.
And she can't be statused actually because overcoat.
Well, there's that one, but a lot of people like to run the the
Big
weak
pecs.
armor, big pecs, and weak armor.
Weak armor. Yeah.
So
weak armor is really good. It's her hidden ability. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, she's got that one and big pecs as well. So
yeah, big pecs is the worst one. Honestly, it's you either run overcoat if you think someone's gonna use powder moves against you, or you do weak armor if you think someone's gonna bring an intimidate mon, and then just you take your hit and you just go way up.
yeah,
So
it's a good pick.
yeah, it is. It's a very good pick.
This pick, I was like, on the first round, I don't see it being that good.
He has such high defense and HP, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you can build this mon to be your tank. You got to think, in Little Cup, can you name, like, more than 10 tanks in an entire, you know what I mean? Like, that are as good as what Munchlax would do. I mean, it's just baby Snorlax. Of course it's a tank. Its only weakness is fighting, and it has the ability to, like, redo his item, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I don't know if it has that ability. But I imagine that we'll see maybe a stockpile set.
Stockpile, okay.
Either that or to basically do a baby Snorlax curse set.
Yeah, so Munchlax does have pickup, so it can take the item of the other person if it uses its own.
Okay. So maybe that might be useful. I don't know if Ryan chose that because he knew of the pickup ability.
Probably not, but he also has thick fat, so he doesn't take fire or ice moves as well.
Yeah. But there's not a whole lot of fire mons that were chosen. Not a whole lot of ice mons that were chosen either. So
No, there were not.
we'll see how that plays out. Dewpider. This guy's a pain.
He is Jupiter literally lays it down. I mean, it's laying sticky webs. It's the best sticky web setter in Little Cup, along with, I believe, toxic spikes, and probably regular spikes.
Yeah, he's a good hazard setter. That sticky web keeps you from being able to go as fast. Decent coverage with his water and grass type moves. Or not grass, water and bug type moves. The bug type being to handle some of the dark types out there. Which there's a lot of dark types because knockoff is one of the most useful moves in Little Cup.
It definitely is. I would agree.
So, yeah, that's Dewpider. It's a good hazard setter. It's pretty bulky too. It's surprisingly bulky.
It's fast, and I'm pretty sure you can water absorb as well.
It might have water absorb. I think it does.
I don't know if that's true, but I think it is.
I'm not entirely sure either. I'll find out by the time I have to battle him today.
Yeah, I guess you go against Devlin first round, don't you?
Yep, we play sometime today. Devlin seems
Ryan today, so.
kind of busy, so we'll see how that turns out.
See how that turns out. All right, on to the next one.
All right, I did not have a photo for Jacob because he did not submit one to me on time.
So, yeah, he's from New York, so he's so far away, so we just don't know what he looks like. It's fine.
But he chose Riolu, which is a good Pokemon.
Prankster Riolu is good because you can set up before anything else gets out there for you. And the fact that, I would assume that he's using Prankster for it.
I would assume Prankster as well. Prankster, Copycat, some kind of situation like that.
Yeah, because you can copycat any move that they do, or you can, basically if they set spikes, you can set them right back. If you, he has Fake Out, let's see, Prankster-wise, honestly, you can set up, you can go Special Attack because it can do Nasty Plot, You can do Swords Dance, and you're going to make sure that you get it off, especially if he's sashed. You know, a Swords Dance sash and then hitting as hard as you possibly can is very good. And he's not a slouch on speed tier either.
Fighting types are also pretty useful in Little
Like
Cup
we said,
because
not enough Ghost.
well, that and rock types are really prevalent because they're super high defense
And normal.
and normal as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get to your picks.
Yeah. So my first 2 picks. Oh, just skipping me completely. Great. So my first 2, you can go ahead and do both. That's fine. My first 2 picks, I choose Grookey and Pawniard, which I was ecstatic about. The fact that both of these mons fell to me at the end of the round, I was very happy about. I wanted Grookey because it's one of the better starters with its ability to set terrain. You know, setting terrain and having stab, grassy, glide in my own terrain is just really good. And then Pawniard is just it's a no-brainer. It's a steel type that can't get toxic. He has Defiant, so if someone sets sticky webs or intimidates or anything to make him lower, his attack raises as well, along with stab knockoff, like we discussed. So that's why I chose these 2 mons.
Yeah, definitely not bad picks. Pawniard in particular is really difficult to deal with.
Yeah, he's a menace. And he can't take psychic damage, and there's a lot of psychic Pokemon in Little Cup as well.
So Jacob, for his next pick, chose Sinistea, which a ghost type, and I assume that he was also looking at tier list. He said he was. His favorite type is also ghost. I assume Sinistea just has a lot of like
high special attack and weak armor. I mean, that's really all I can say about it.
It's probably just a setup, and probably has like Will-O-Wisp and other typical ghost type moves.
Yeah, I mean, the special attack is really, really high with Sinistea, and being able to hit weak armor off, and I'm pretty sure it has agility. So if you agility on the first turn, and then you get your weak armor, you're going to be faster than everything, and then just be able to hit it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know enough about it, but I assume it's a decent pick.
Yep.
And then we went with Little Darmanitan for Devlin.
Yeah, Darumaka.
One of the very few ice types drafted.
Yeah, which I think he already had one made, probably, or at least close to, because he had Darmanitan in his ice gym.
Probably.
But Darumaka, I don't really know much about the Galarian form of it, because obviously we don't do Little Cup stuff, so this is going to be new to all of us.
I assume that it's basically going to be Little Darmanitan. I doubt he's going to run the ability that changes form whenever he gets down to less than 50% health.
I don't even know if Darumaka has that.
It does. It's like a little time bomb.
Okay.
I doubt it changes to like fire and ice typing or something.
So he has Hustle. It's Hustle and Inner Focus. The Galarian form does not have the switch.
Really? Okay. Oh, the Galarian Darmanitan has the switch ability.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So he has Hustle, which, it's basically a life orb, but it makes all your accuracy 80 instead of 100. And that's what it is.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Galarian Slowpoke.
I mean, another tank, honestly.
Yeah.
It is really, really slow, though. I mean, you don't see many Trick Room Little Cup teams, but I don't know how much Ryan has built his team around, but if he goes with a Trick Room Little Cup team, he's got 2 really good mons right there to start it off with.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that although it's not as fun in competitive play, defense wins championships.
He's building a defensive team.
I mean, that's what Calvin did last season as well. All of his Pokemon big defense and special defense.
Besides Dragapult.
Besides Dragapult, but can't blame him for taking Dragapult.
No, because that was one of the best mons in the game. So
no.
So it does have Gluttony.
Does that mean it eats it twice?
No, it means it eats it before it's below 50%.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, you hit it once and it eats its berry. It doesn't matter where you hit it at; it just does it. And then Regenerator as well. So if you get him out of the game, he'll come back full health.
I imagine he'll use Regenerator because I think Berry Juice triggers at 50% anyway.
I think it does as well. Especially in Little Cup, because 50% is yellow.
Yeah.
In this, so yeah.
And then yeah,
this punk. Fungus. It's Baby Amoongus. It's literally does the exact same things. Spore. Effect Spore. If you hit it, anything can happen to you. Basically, it's gonna put you to sleep and then switch into some kind of harder hitting teammate. Now we're not doing doubles format, so Fungus going this high is strange to me. But the typing is good. I mean, grass and poison.
Yeah. Not a bad typing, only weak to flying and fire, and we didn't see a lot of fire types, so he made a pretty good pick early on.
Yeah. High special defense and all that stuff, so good one.
I chose...
I can't believe this Pokemon dropped as far as it did either.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
This is a pretty standard Little Cup Pokemon.
Yes.
It's a hard hitter. It has Mold Breaker. And it's able to rapid spin, which is really useful. And
rapid spin's big, being able to take out people's entries, you know?
Yeah, being able to get rid of entries, pretty useful. Typing, it loses that steel typing that it would have if it evolves, which actually makes it a little bit more durable.
Yeah, but like you said, there's not very many fire mons. There is more fighting.
There's more fighting. So... I think losing the steel typing for Little Cup is more advantage.
Unless there's you gotta think Toxic is big in Little Cup and that. So being able to bring in a steel mon and not getting Toxic is nice.
That's true.
So, I mean, it's a trade-off each way. So
speaking of steel mons,
it was Gavin that took it, Magnemite.
I assume Magnemite because Magnemite is generally kind of beefy because of the steel typing.
Yeah, it's bulky.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it has Levitate, so its ground weakness goes away.
Oh, I forgot that hit Magnemite being out there reminds me that you're not able to use any moves that that have a specific HP damage output, such as Sonic Boom or Dragon Rage.
Oh yeah, because that's cheating. Yeah, he cannot use Sonic Boom because basically you OHKO everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and he doesn't get Levitate. It's Sturdy.
So another Sturdy mon. Sturdy is very, very useful in Little Cup.
Berry Juice basically brings you back to full health so you can get 2 hits off with your Sturdy.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this pick was.
It's Krogunk, right?
Yeah, 2 fighting types back to back.
Yeah, it does have poison.
It has toxic spikes, I believe.
Okay.
So it does have a pretty good advantage in setting toxic spike hazard and poison touch. So if you're wanting to do a status type team, I could see where this would be really useful.
Poison touch is nice because basically you're gonna attack and possibly get a poison move off.
Yeah.
Or a poison off. So.
And I think also if they physically touch you, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But when you attack him, but if you hit him with special, it doesn't matter. Does he have the ability that's poison? There's poison touch, and then there's the other one where if you get hit. The one when you hit them. I don't know what the difference is. It could have both. It could have one or the other.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it has poison touch for sure.
Yeah.
All right. And then Calvin took Farfetch'd, which is a good Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure he took Galarian Farfetch'd, but yeah.
Yeah. I think technically it's Galarian Farfetch, but they're the same Pokemon number in the dex.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
So,
we're just stating that on the video, so.
Oh, yeah. There is a slight difference between Galarian Farfetch'd and Farfetch'd in their stats.
Type, flying type.
Yeah. So, it's a strong Pokemon.
Another big flying type. A big fighting type. He also has Scrappy, so if someone does have ghost counters, it still can hit you. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it's a very, very high attack Pokemon. So, good moveset.
He's got one of the highest attacks in Little Cup, for sure. Especially if you give him Big Leak. I mean, his, Leak, it hits even harder. So.
Yeah. Not a bad Pokemon at all.
No.
And then Jack's going with a defensive Pokemon, Regenerator. It's basically just a little version of its fully evolved form. It does the exact same function. Yeah, it's going to be Scald. It's going to be Toxic. It's going to set up Toxic Spikes. And it's got Regenerator, so he can pull it out and it heals.
Because what? It's Marini?
Yep.
Isn't that right? Yeah.
This is also the mascot of Jack's team, the Marini Hut Jr.
Yep, Marini Hut Juniors.
So, another good pick. I'm surprised that Marini took all this time to get there, honestly.
Well, I don't even think he's going to use Regenerator, honestly. I think he uses its other ability, Merciless, which does double damage on any move you use against the other Pokemon as long as it's poisoned. So if he poisons you and then hits you with a water move on the next turn, he doesn't have to hit you with a poison move. A water move, it does double damage because you're poisoned.
Yeah, which is all right. But we'll see if he goes with a defensive build on that or not. We'll see this week, probably.
I would, because Merciless being double damage is just... It gives you your attack there. You just got to poison it.
I think I'd go with the defensive capabilities here. Like I said earlier, I think defense wins championships in this league.
You do full defensive build, put out Toxic Spikes, and when something comes in poisoned, you hit it for twice as hard.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, especially with Berry Juice being prevalent. Although I imagine he probably uses Black Sludge or something of the sort for it. But we'll see.
It's true.
And then he chose Scraggy.
Yeah, Scraggy is a threat.
Good knockoff Pokemon.
Knockoff.
Physically strong.
Fake out. It's bulky. Its only weakness is Fairy. There's not very many Fairymons in Little Cup, so.
No, it's a good Pokemon all around, and it's got a couple different really good abilities. I know it's got Shed Skin.
Got Moxie,
Intimidate, yeah. And then Calvin took Honedge. Ghost type, so there's that benefit.
I think it's the best Ghost because of the Ghost Steel.
The Steel type, very useful. I'm not sure of what its abilities are as a pre-evolution.
It's definitely a wet noodle. It goes down very, very easily.
Yeah, to physical attacks. I think it's got a pretty decent special defense.
Yeah. It does learn Shadow Sneak.
Yeah, so that's a good benefit.
Yeah.
Good Pokemon. No complaints here.
Mm-mm.
He goes for his third fighting type in a row.
I was hoping this was going to fall to me, though. Because Timber is just really good.
Mini Conkeldurr.
I mean, it is Mini Conkeldurr, but it has a different ability. It doesn't do Guts.
Oh, it doesn't have Guts?
I think it does, but it also has something else. Yeah, he does have Guts. And then it also has Sheer Force and Iron Fist. So, once again, he chooses another Iron Fistmon. So, the Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Mach Punch.
Yeah, although seeing kind of a big...
flying and psychic weakness.
Yeah, flying and psychic, and I mean at this point a fairy weakness as well. I mean, I know Toxicroak can take a neutral hit, but
Yeah.
Psychic types or flying types are just going to decimate the team.
Yeah.
Archeops, great Pokemon.
I don't know much about Archeops. So, I know I like the way its evolution looks because it looks like a derpy bird.
I think that it might be a unburdened Pokemon. Not entirely sure on that, but I know that it has acrobatics is like one of its signature moves. I think it was actually the first Pokemon to know acrobatics. I might be wrong about that, but so
physical stab flying,
and it's also rock flying.
Yeah, it is rock flying.
So
it's a fossil Pokemon.
It's a good combo on typing. Eliminates that weakness to ground with the flying.
It's it's a mini Aerodactyl in my opinion.
Yeah, mini Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, obviously this mon was made to be like Aerodactyl in later generations. So.
Yeah, I think that it has Unburden.
Which, if it has Unburden, that's great.
I might be wrong about that, just because it also like is kind of similar on the Halucha side. Like, you know, it kind of looks a little bit like it.
How do you spell it? And I'll look it up.
So it's got one of its abilities is Defeatist, which is, if its health is half or less, then it halves its attack and special attack. But it starts off with a really high attack stat. So
yeah, so he has one of the highest attack stats in Little Cup, but once he goes below 50 HP, which we all know with a Berry Juice, you go back above 50 HP a lot. So yeah, it has a 112 attack stat.
Yeah, very high. I think that's almost as high as Abra's special attack.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. It'll be interesting to see in what situations where he's like, you know, on the brink of 50%, how he plays it.
Yeah. It's got a lot of weaknesses, though.
It does have a lot of weaknesses. Has ice, electric,
water.
Water. I think that's pretty much
rock.
it. Yeah, rock. Yeah.
Steel.
So I took another rapid spinner. I also took a water type. Staryu's good, especially because there's that funny thing about Gen 1 Pokemon where they gave them moves and they never took them away. So like Staryu has abilities to use like Thunderbolt and Ice Beam and like a lot of good coverage moves for really no apparent reason. Although some believe that Staryu is actually an outer space Pokemon. So that would explain a lot of it.
An outer space Pokemon?
Yeah.
Because it's in the shape of a star?
Well, that and because of that little beacon on the middle of it.
Yeah.
Now,
he doesn't get the dual psychic typing like Starmie, right? It is just water?
It is just water. That little gem in the middle of it, you know, like how it pulses. I think there's Pokédex entries that say that some people believe that it is sending messages out into space.
It also has
Rapid Spin.
Yeah. I was going to say defog, but that was wrong. Rapid Spin.
And its ability is pretty useful. Analytic.
Yeah, if you go last, you hit, like, basically within a life orb.
I think it's more. I think it's 1.3 times. I might be wrong on that, but...
Well, life orb is like 1.3, I thought. Maybe not.
You might be right. I think, actually, you're right. Life orb is 1.3.
Yeah. So it's in life orb that as long as you go after the Pokemon in front of you, you hit harder. But Staryu is usually a speedster, so...
Grant, he messaged us drunk and drafted Magikarp at like 3 in the morning.
Well, he joked that he was going to take Magikarp with his first pick overall. And I think he just basically stuck to it when he didn't know what he was going to do next.
It was 3 in the morning, though, and he was at like a bar. So
yeah. It's kind of the worst mod in the whole draft. No offense to Grant.
I think there are ways that he could use it that would be really funny.
He would need Swift Swim, though. He has to have rain set up for it to be decent.
Well, not necessarily. Bounce. So the only real move that he can learn is bounce, which
Like a flail and tackle.
he can't learn flail.
Mm.
Which is the other way, is that you use a focus sash, get hurt down to 1, use flail. But I think he learns flail at level 6 or something, so Grant wasn't able to use it.
Well, that sucks.
But bounce has a chance to to cause paralysis,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, you can run like a King's Rock and do like a paraflinch set.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he actually uses it. I think he'll bring it to every battle just as a joke, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, what's his other ability? I think it's just Swift Swim, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Magikarp is just not. I mean, it obviously, him and Phoebus are just bad. So.
He has Rattled, which is
Rattle.
if he gets hit with a dark, ghost, or bug type move, the Pokemon becomes scared and boosts its speed stat.
Yeah. So basically Swift Swim without the rain.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Rattled is a pretty useful move.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Omanite. Rock, water. Double weakness to grass. But other than that...
It's a
good
shell
special
smash
attack.
Pokemon.
What?
It's a shell smash Pokemon.
Yes, it is. Shell Smash is huge. I mean, setup is huge in Little Cup. So basically, you can get a setup off and then hit your berry juice, which a lot of people are going to do. Let's be honest. It goes to full health, and it's not a terrible Pokemon, especially it's also defensive. So
Yeah.
another defensive build.
I thought this was his best pick of the first 3.
See, I still think Munchlax is, even though you don't, but that's just me.
We'll see how Munchlax plays out. But I think
Yeah.
Omanite is a better pick just because of that shell smash. Also, its typing is really useful. I mean,
Yeah.
weakness basically
Only to
only
grass.
to electric and grass.
Yeah. And it's not weak to electric because the rock typing, right? It's only grass.
I think it's still weak to electric.
Oh. Okay.
And then Devlin takes Squirtle. I assume just for rapid spinning.
I thought for rapid spinning as well. I mean, because what's Rain Dish gonna do for you, you know?
Yeah, the rapid spin, and there's not a lot of grass or electric types being drafted, so, I mean, there's really no reason to not take Squirtle.
Yeah.
Plus, starters have pretty good base stats.
They do. Starters are good. I mean, and then we go with Jacob goes with the Tide with the fastest Pokemon in Little Cup.
And an electric type, directly counter to all those water types that have been drafted.
We're just taken.
Yeah, so that last round, there were a lot of water types taken. I think 4.
Yeah.
And so he takes an electric type, the fastest electric type in the...
Yeah. And tied with Diglett with the fastest in the format.
Yeah. And I think he has Iron Fist as well. I might be wrong about that.
I don't know. I have a shiny Elekid in my Crystal playthrough. I don't remember what its ability is. Because in Crystal, you don't get abilities yet. So...
yeah, right now I'm doing a Pokemon Yellow. I'm going to go through and beat the Pokedex and have a living dex.
Let's look what Elekid has.
And then I'll be playing Crystal shortly after.
Yeah, because I did...
How'd you find a shiny on it?
Well, you get the egg from the people, and it's a 50% chance to be shiny no matter what they give you.
Is that only on the virtual?
No, it's the regular game.
Huh.
It's like a 15% chance to get shiny, and you have a chance at Smoochum, Elekid, Pichu. It's all the baby mons that they put in the game. So you have a chance at getting any of them, and then it's 15% chance to be shiny as well.
So save right before you get the egg, and then keep trying.
And then get the egg and see what it is.
All right, I'll remember that for my playthrough.
I didn't know that. I got it shiny, and I was like, whoa, this must be like a 1%. And then I looked it up online, and I was like, no, it's a 15% chance on all those baby mons.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, 15% is high.
Yeah, so.
And it's predetermined. So it's like right when you pick up the egg.
Yeah, just like all eggs.
Yeah.
All right, and on to our last pick.
Vital Spirit. He can't be put to sleep.
That's all right, I guess.
Yeah.
But hidden abilities aren't around yet, so.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm talking about for Little Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Static. So he has a 30% chance of doing paralysis when you attack him.
I think that one's better.
Yeah, I do too. I go with Vulpix. One of the only weather setters in Little Cup. Because you couldn't take the Alolan form, which I would have if I could have. Vulpix basically stab in the sun, weather ball, or fire blast, or overheat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a good Pokemon to have, along with being able to use growth on any of my grass moms, aka Grookey, right now, and it goes up twice. It's like running a instead of doing sword dance, you do growth, and you get 2 special attack and 2 attack. So
I think it's special attack and special defense on growth.
it's attack and special attack.
For growth?
Yep.
I don't think so. At least it wasn't in the older games.
Well, yeah, it is.
I have to fact check that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. As of Generation 5, rather than raising special attack and special defense, it raises both attack and special attack.
Yep.
Huh. Wow, but prior to that...
it allows Grookey to use special attacking moves that he normally wouldn't, like Giga Drain.
Yeah, so... Not bad.
No.
And then you went with Galarian
Ponyta, one of the also one of the speedsters that also has bulk and recovery with Morning Sun, because if I'm a Sun setter, Morning Sun brings me back to full health every time. So if I can Calm Mind, Morning Sun, Calm Mind, Morning Sun, basically she's a special beast.
Yeah. So we'll see if you're able to get any setups off.
It's true.
But
and then the Steel,
yeah.
Bronzor.
Good beefy Pokemon. Good hazard setter.
I mean, honestly, his other 3 mons are limp noodles, so taking the first defensive mon he could is very smart.
Yeah, and it's a good hazard setter.
Yeah.
So no complaints with Bronzor. It's basically just Bronzong.
Nope, Bronzor is great.
Yeah.
I almost took Bronzor instead of Ponyta to pick before this. It was between those 2.
I'm surprised Bronzor went this long, to be honest.
I almost took Bronzor. I was close.
Scroopy's good.
Yeah, the poison typing is great.
Yeah, poison spikes, and then the ability to eliminate poison spikes.
Yeah, bringing in your own poison mon does take away poison.
Yeah, so that ability, that mechanic, I should say, rather than ability, is really useful in Little Cup. So, yeah, no complaints with Skorupi.
Nope.
Dratini.
I get that it's a dragon type. It does have multi-scale, I'm pretty sure. So it won't die basically. But Dratini, besides it can't use Dragon's Breath or whatever it is, Dragon Rage. So I don't know much about picking Dratini this early in a draft.
It's gonna have decent stats, so
It's got decent stats, but you got to think every baby dragon isn't that great.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know enough about it.
I don't either.
I don't know if there's
dragon typing. So just being able to take half fire, water, grass, and electric is big. So
yeah, and I assume that it has type coverage like Thunderbolt and stuff like that. So
I'm not sure. I don't know what Dratini can learn.
Duskull.
Another Ghostmon.
Yeah.
Second Ghostmon taken.
This just makes sense because, Dusclops is a Eviolite monster. So.
Yeah, but it's Dusclops. It's the Eviolite monster. Duskull actually has speed and no bulk.
Yeah, so. It's kind of a goofy looking Pokemon. I like it.
I mean, I like the way it's looked. I like the whole Duskull family, actually. Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknor all look amazing. So.
Yeah. I was kind of apprehensive at first when they added an evolution, but it was a pretty decent one, so.
Now, this is a menace.
Yeah.
Leech Seed and Spikes.
I think this is one of my best picks. I'm surprised it went this long.
4 times weak to fire.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, if you typically see fire types coming.
Yeah, there's not very many fire, but there's a lot of Pokemon that can learn fire moves, is the problem.
Yeah, so you just kind of have to do a little bit of research beforehand and make sure you don't, put him in the pan.
Fire Punch can be taught to a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, also Fire Fang, so.
True.
But, it's basically just mini Ferrothorn.
It's a defensive menace. It is. Ferroseed is good.
Not being able to be poisoned, so you can switch him in if you're anticipating a toxic. Same with he doesn't take powder moves, so there's that as well.
Oh, wait, why doesn't he take powder moves? Because he's grass?
Because he's grass type.
Nice.
So he's got that going for him as well.
Yep.
Porygon.
I mean, normal typing is big. And like we said before, Gen 1 Mons, they have abilities they should not have. Or not abilities, moves they should not have. Porygon can learn Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Tri-Attack. The versatility that Porygon has, along with the bulk that Porygon has, and only being weak to fighting, is big.
I believe it's also analytic.
It is analytic. And it's not very fast.
And because it was designed without having a evolution, they gave it ridiculous stats for not having an evolution to make up for it just being by itself.
Yeah.
So those stats carried over, and
along with Recover.
Yeah. So it's a great Pokemon. I don't want to have to deal with it because I don't think I have any fighting types on my team at this point in the draft. All right. Cool. Originally, Josh took Charmander here.
He did, which I thought was a better pick than the Gibble. But looking at Gibble's ability, it's not terrible, especially if you were to put him in Sandstorm somehow. He gets double speed. So
yeah, so he just hits hard.
Yeah, Gibble does hit hard. It's one of the hardest hitting baby Dragonmons for sure.
Got a good attack stat.
Yeah.
Again, though, you still have that weakness to Fairy type popping up on your team.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So we see Fletchling come in for Calvin. I assume he's doing this for Tailwind and Roost. The ability to Roost.
Yeah. Fletchling is a menace in the Little Cup community just for setting up Tailwind. And he doesn't have his fire typing yet, but he can learn fire moves.
Yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. Not a bad pick.
No.
Then we got Spritzee. Spritzee is actually a Little Cup.
Defensive monster.
I didn't anticipate it being any good, and then when I was playing online, I was like, wow, this thing is actually kind of a pain.
Well, because Draining Kiss. Being able to bring back your own HP hitting stab with fairy typing, where you don't have any counters to fairy, really. I mean, fairy hits everything almost neutrally in the Little Cup format.
Yep, I mean,
except for Steel and Poison, which there's not very many Steel Mons. We've discussed this before the draft happened, so.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's just so defensively viable.
God, it's so
it just absorbs. So
everything.
I think Jack is putting together a pretty decent build
also
right
has
now
healer.
of offense and defense.
It also has healer, so if you do a status move on it, it has a 30% chance to heal the status effect.
Yeah.
Every turn.
So not a bad Pokemon.
No.
We'll see how it plays out.
It's the best Fairymon in the typing or in the format.
Yeah. And then for the first pick of round 5, he chose Kanto and Ponyta.
Yeah.
Great Pokemon.
I mean, fire stab, speed, physically just a menace. I think it has flash fire. So if you were to use fire against him, which he doesn't have a fire weakness. So him having flash fire doesn't make as much sense. But, you know, it is what it is.
He's also got Morning Sun, which is another problem with Kanto and Ponyta, is being able to heal. It can heal itself.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Same with Galarian. I mean, they both have Morning Sun.
Yeah.
It's just which typing fits your team better at the time. You know?
I think having that fire type is pretty useful, just because he'll be able to handle steel types a little bit better with it.
Yeah.
Then we see another ghost Pokemon, Frillish.
Yep, Frillish.
Yeah, which is a good Pokemon. It's basically just
Calvin's second Ghostmon.
That's true.
Which I thought was strange, because if you have the Scrappy Pokemon, why would you take so many Ghostmons when Scrappy can hit Ghostmons? Wouldn't you want people to have Ghostmons thinking that they could counter you, and then you're able to hit them because you have Scrappy?
At the same time, Frillish has Water Absorb.
It does have Water Absorb.
So,
I mean, honestly, in Little Cup, Flash Fire, Water Absorb, anything that Lightning Rod, anything that can take a hit away from another Mon is big.
Yep. So, I mean, what I anticipate is an Onix lead, and if he expects a electric move coming out, or a water move coming out, yeah, he's going to switch in Frillish and just take it.
Yep, 100%.
Now, it doesn't boost any stats. It only heals, but if he was able to get Onix in late in the game and, you know, manipulate somebody that way, then that's what I anticipate could be coming there.
Basically, hit Onix with grass, folks.
So Josh then does the reasonable thing and drafts his 4th fighting Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, no, he's just Dragon. He's not fighting Dragon yet.
Oh, he's not fighting Dragon yet? Oh, is that
Nope.
That's when he goes on his back feet.
Correct.
With Hako.
Heckmo. Say Jangmo is just Dragon. I think Gimbal is just Dragon as well, but I'm not certain on that either.
I'm wondering if he's just thinking that if he drafts just like 2 or 3 types, then with...
He only has 2 weaknesses. He has 1 weakness right now, Fairy. All the way through Fairy.
Yeah, well, except for Krogunk. It's a neutral hit.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if he's thinking, if I just draft 2 types, then I can just overpower everybody with, like, Focus Sashes.
Bruh, that might be the strat.
I mean, yeah.
We did discuss, we can repeat items.
Yeah, so we could have 6 Eviolites, 6 Focus Sashes, 6 Choice Scarves, whatever you want to do.
Choice Band, specs, everything.
So, I mean, it could be a very real strategy for him just to put Focus Sashes on everything and just wail on people. Yeah. So, yeah. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that walls it really is flying. Flying walls all these mons, though.
Yeah. Except for, I mean, the dragon types, it's going to be a neutral hit, but...
It's a neutral hit, but you got to think, dragon moves aren't strong until later.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what moves they learn up until level 5, so we'll see.
Twister maybe it might be the only one, but I doubt it.
So, I assume he took this for Volt Absorb.
Volt Absorb, Water, it has both. You can water or and honestly, choice specs or choice scarf.
It's hard.
Volt switch hits very hard. Its only weakness is
Grass.
Grass.
Yeah. So
because basically, if you're gonna hit one of his mons with electric, which he doesn't have very much electric switch out right now, but if you were to want to hit one of his mons with electric typing, it boosts his volt switch on you the next turn. So
which is just arching. So
is just arching.
We'll see what he pulls up from the next couple.
I mean, Chinchou's a very good little cup mon. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
No. You go with another menace.
I chose Big Beefy.
Big Beefy, which is your second defensive mon in a row.
Yeah. It's another one of those Pokemon in Gen 1 that they didn't make an evolution for it, and so they gave it ridiculous stats, and then they gave it an evolution later with just barely better stats. So giving it an Eviolite and just letting it tank everything. It also has another one of those Generation 1 Pokemon that has moves it shouldn't know. So, like, he knows, like, he can learn Surf and Thunderbolt and Ice Beam and pretty much everything in the arsenal. So,
yeah, they let Porygon, Lickitung, they let a lot of mons like that do stuff like that back in Gen 1.
Fun fact, I think Lapras has the most one-hit KO moves of any Pokemon.
Lapras is a monster.
I think it can learn 4 one-hit KO moves.
Yeah.
All but Fissure.
And pretty sure he's a Toxic mon.
He can learn Toxic, yes.
Yeah. And we know you love those mons.
I do like Toxic mons, but it'll depend on opponent.
That's true.
So
it always depends on the opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, Lickitung is a defensive monster. Period.
Yeah. So we went with Score Bunny here.
I wanted Score Bunny to make it to me because I was kind of building my sun, grass, whatever team, and being able to libero and be able to change my move for stab on anything sounded really nice.
Sucker Punch also.
Sucker Punch, yeah, stab, Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Something you have to deal with.
So, stab, Sucker Punch is back. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
He's kind of not very good defensively. He's definitely just an offensive Pokemon.
Yeah, he's an offensive threat for sure. Just like it's baby Cinderace. It's literally exactly the same as Cinderace. Just doesn't learn as many of the moves as you want it to.
Yeah.
Its move pool is a lot smaller compared.
That's true. But a lot of Cinderace's moves are already TMs. Yeah. So, like...
Yeah.
Like it's
the only thing
the psychic type headbutt.
Ball.
Yeah.
Pyro Ball is Cinderace's best fire move. You don't really have a very good fire move on him besides and they're all special attacking. I think the only thing you can teach is like Fire Spin.
Yeah.
Physically attacking wise, which isn't great. Another highest special defense stat in Little Cup actually.
Yeah, very high special defense. Great pick.
Tailwind. Like my 2 picks were gonna be Mantike and Score Bunny, and they both went right before me.
And Mantike also has accessibility to Aqua Ring.
Aqua Ring. So you can basically it sets your own leftovers on yourself.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. He's got kind of a electric weakness on his team right now. So
yeah. Technically just 2.
Yeah. 2 out of 5 ain't good.
Is 4 times weak to electric, though. Its only weakness is electric.
Yeah.
Well, rock.
Most electric types are special, so having that extra special defense, we'll see how much he survives those hits.
Besides a Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch deals with this thing all day, every day.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
Then Mudbray, which is another defensive menace, especially with the ability Stamina.
Stamina is... it sucks. I mean, we just saw a bunch of electric types taken this round as well, 3, and he takes the immediate counter of ground.
Yeah, so makes sense.
And Stamina is really good.
Yeah, it's just a good Pokemon. Also, it's a Stealth Rock setter.
It is. It can be. His setter, he has 3 setters of different types. He can bring in Stealth Rocks. He can bring in Poison... what is it? Toxic Spikes. Sorry, I always say Poison Spikes, but I know that's wrong. Toxic Spikes,
and Sticky
then Jupiter
Webs
with Sticky Webs. So
yeah.
he can lead a lot of mons so far.
This is another stealth rock setter.
Yeah, rocking another 4 times weak to grass.
Those fossil Pokemon are showing up a lot more now, and it's because the Pokemon that typically only have one evolution
are a little stronger.
They're a little stronger, yeah. For their base evolution. So,
and if you look at everyone on his team, they only have one evolution.
Well, Elekid has 2.
Oh, because Electivire now. Yeah, I forget.
But yeah, everybody else just one extra evolution. So yeah, I think he's a stealth rock setter. He got pretty good typing. So
I mean, 4 times weak to grass. That's it.
Yeah, no complaints.
No complaints. It's defensively really good.
Coughing really good, especially if you use levitate.
Yeah. The only bad part about having levitate is you cannot take toxic spikes away.
Yep.
The only poison mon that can't. But with that said, it makes his only weakness psychic.
Yeah. So.
And he does not go down. He's so bulky. He does not go down to a psychic.
And he also has like Gen 1 weird attacks again, like flamethrower and other strange attacks that a coughing should not know.
Flamethrower, bubble beam. I mean, it has poison gas, which is 100% poison rate over toxic.
And haze. He also can learn haze
to take, because basically you don't need him out there. He can be brought in, not get hit by anything but spikes, and then hit haze and take everything away.
All right, he gets hit by stealth rock, no spikes.
Stealth rock is a ground move. He levitates.
Stealth rock is an aerial move.
But okay, so spikes.
Spikes is on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets hit by 1 entry level, and that's stealth rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not change this, and I should have. You originally drafted not to.
Yeah, I did it because of magic mounts, and then my team got really weak to certain things, and I did not need the magic mounts as much, because why would I want to take stuff away when I have a defiant Pokemon that if he, especially sticky webs wise.
Yeah.
I don't want to take sticky webs away or bounce it back to your side, because I'm going to bring in my defiant Pokemon and get him even stronger.
Yeah. So you eventually, what did you change out for this Pokemon?
Zigzagoon.
Yeah, you chose the Hoenn Zigzagoon, which is a belly drum setter, and with berry juice being what it is, you can belly drum, get a berry juice off, and then...
Belly drum, berry juice, and then extreme speed everything.
Extreme speed stab. So...
Yeah, 80 attack, stab on a 2 times priority move.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
I mean, Zigzagoon is kind of broken, honestly.
He hits hard.
I mean, Ghost is what you need to wall it. That's it.
Yep. So then he chose Why Not, which is essentially Wobbuffet.
Yeah, another counter mirror coat.
Safeguard. Wobbuffet only learns like 6 moves, so...
Yeah, and you have to hit Wobbuffet for it to hit you. Same thing with Wynut. This thing, being able to come in looking like any mon in your party is a menace. Yep. Just the ability that it has is a menace.
It's also got pretty decent special attacking ability. I think it learns Flamethrower.
It can also knock off as well.
Yeah.
Dark.
Stab, knock off, but I think it can nasty plot, Flamethrower, and like a whole bunch of other different...
It's not a bad mon by any means. It is just really squishy. But you have to know that it's out there, because otherwise it's looking like a different mon in the party.
The best setup for his Zora at this point is to try to bait somebody with a poison type move and then switch Zora in.
Or you lead him and he looks like one of your setters.
Or not poison, a psychic type.
Plot instead.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how he uses it. He's always up to crafty things, so.
And that's a very crafty mon for him to pick for it, so.
Yeah. I assume Speed Boost, Torchic. Yeah.
That's basically it. I mean, it doesn't have, it's strictly fire. Does not have fighting yet. Cannot learn any fighting moves, so it's strictly fire, Speed Boost, Torchic.
Yeah, I don't know what TMs it can learn. So.
Base stats. So.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I don't know what moves it learns either, but putting Protect on it and then Speed Boosting, why not?
Yeah, no complaints. Especially if you can dump EVs into a different stat because you know you're going to Speed Boost. So.
Yep. So like HP and special attack is probably what I would do because I think he can learn Flamethrower.
Maybe. I'm not sure what he can learn. So I'll have to find that out in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. I play him tomorrow or today, so I'll find out.
So then we have Hatena, which is basically Hatterene.
But it's only Psychic at this point. It does not get its Fairy typing yet.
Yeah. So it's okay.
It's just it's too slow for this format.
I think so too.
It does have Magic Bounce though.
The Magic Bounce is the most useful part of it.
The Magic Bounce is the only useful part. Okay. Okay, not only, but I mean, it is its bread and butter because of how slow it is. So
here I chose Tentacool, which it's a good toxic spikes. Yeah, it's water poison. It's a good toxic spikes. It's got a pretty good ability in Clear Body, meaning you can't lower its stats. Decent typing.
See, like the only thing I haven't seen you take yet is a fire, so you can complete your triangle because you've got water and grass. You just don't have your fire yet.
Well, it also Tentacool has one of the highest special defenses in Little Cup.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it has like the second or third highest.
Yeah, I mean, you like your poison toxic mons, so.
I like poison Pokemon. Yeah.
All right. Bunnery.
I assume that there's an ability that this Pokemon has that's decent, but I haven't looked it up.
I will look. Let's get the interns on it.
I assume it's also a belly drum Pokemon.
I don't know. Most normal types are. It has Klutz. The Pokemon can't use any held items. What? That would be stupid. Why would you want to use that?
It knows it can learn Healing Wish, Return. It's an Eviolite or Choice Band user, and it's Limber is the ability that Smogon recommends for it, so it can't be paralyzed.
Can't be paralyzed. So basically, if it does Belly Drum, you can't paralyze it and make it slower.
I don't know if it can learn Belly Drum.
It didn't look like it. I don't know. Maybe he has an idea for it. I mean, it's a normal type mon. He's going with very. I don't know. I don't know much about Bunnery. I guess we'll find out what his strategy for it is.
I can learn Copycat and like Encore and stuff as well. So
okay.
And Fake Out.
Faking out and being able to Encore mons that are setting up. It's not terrible.
Yeah, not bad. Gavin's always got stuff up his sleeve, so
he definitely does.
Even if it looks like a terrible pick, I'm like, he's probably got something that's gonna beat me with it.
Rhyhorn, Ground Rock.
Good stats, good defense.
Yeah.
It's relatively quick for how
he took his flying counter though.
Yeah, he took a flying counter.
This is 4 times resistant to flying.
So.
And being able to hit it every flying mon with Rock Slide or Rock Throw or whatever it learns.
I believe that it has Sturdy too.
Rhyhorn has Sturdy. Wow.
So he probably took a Sturdy, and he probably wants to set up Stealth Rocks and stuff like that.
I thought he had like Rock Head so he could hit takedowns without taking recoil.
That might be right, but I think he might have Sturdy also. No, he has Lightning Rod.
Oh, Lightning Rod, which
Lightning Rod, Reckless, and Rockhead.
He better be taking a lot of flying and water mons from here on out.
So we'll see what he does for the next couple picks.
It is his flying counter though. So
okay, this Pokemon, I'm surprised that it went so late because this Pokemon only has one weakness.
Yeah, it's a menace.
It's very, very, very good.
I kind of forgot about it when we were drafting, to be honest.
I believe its only weakness is water?
No, because he doesn't. It's not weak to water because he has Storm Drain.
What's its weakness? Is it fire? I know it only has one.
Ice.
No, because
Ice, Bug, Steel, and Fighting. It has a lot of weaknesses. Ice, Fighting, Bug, and Steel.
I could have sworn that it resisted fighting because of the grass, but I might be wrong.
It does not. But it is rock grass, so.
Yeah. So it actually has four weaknesses. I was just wrong.
No, that's okay.
It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah. Laleep is still good, though. I mean, Storm Drain, Suction Cups. I mean, it's good.
Got Stunky.
Stunky. Poison.
Yeah.
Or is it dark?
Got a pretty good ability.
Is it poison right now, or is it dark?
I believe it's both.
Is it both in its lower evolution?
There's very few Pokemon that lose an ability whenever they evolve, or lose a typing when they evolve.
Okay.
There's only like 15 or something like that, and
well, most of them, I'm not saying lose, gain.
Yeah, they usually gain an ability when they evolve, or gain a typing when they evolve. So he is Poison, Dark. His abilities are Aftermath, Keen Eye, and Stench, which I think Stench, it's basically like it's like a King's Rock.
Yeah, so if you add King's Rock to him, it doubles the effect.
I'm not sure if they stack. I don't know on that one.
Okay. Well, Aftermath's still good, though, because it hurts, and especially in Little Cup, because you don't have very much HP.
Yeah.
If you kill it, it's going to hurt you.
I think Aftermath does 1/3 of your HP. I might be wrong about
1/4.
that. 1/4, 1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1/4. So that's a pretty good chunk. And then he took Tyrant, which I assume he did solely because of its offensive firepower.
Now it only has one weakness. Fairy.
Oh, really? Well, it's also weak to ground type.
Maybe okay, when it's fairying around.
But yeah,
it's still really good.
A Dragon Dance setter with Sturdy and Berry Juice, so he could get 2 Dragon Dances off if he wanted to.
And technically 3 if you focus sash him, because that's what a lot of people do online.
Well, no, if you focus sash, then you don't have the Berry Juice, so it'd still be 2.
Yeah, so it's still 2.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, it's 2 either way, but no. This is why people sash him, because he can learn counter as well.
Oh.
Or not counter, reversal.
Reversal, yeah.
So basically, you get him at 1, you Dragon Dance, and then you Dragon Dance again, and you're at 1 HP, and then you reversal everything to hell.
Yeah, so we'll see if he does it.
Double Dragon Dance reversal.
Then we got Fomantis for Calvin. I don't know anything about this Pokemon, if I'm being honest.
I don't either. I know it's grass.
Yeah, that's all I know about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably just like the big version, but I don't know much about the big version either.
Same. Boring grass types.
Grass types are usually the best if you're doing a playthrough. We figured that out, John Henry.
That's true. If you're doing a playthrough, they're good.
Honestly, Vileplume should be in your top 10 Pokemon of all time now.
It's okay.
It literally saved you.
Anyway, we got Psyduck.
Oh, it knows Contrary. That's why he picked it.
What?
Fomantis.
Oh. Alright. So he'll probably use like Leaf Storm or something?
Leaf Storm, yeah.
And then raise his special attack by 2?
instead of dropping.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Psyduck, I don't know enough about it. I assume it's still got Cloud 9.
Yep.
Swift Swim.
Um,
But
Psyduck,
he's able to absorb those electric hits with his lightning rod now, so
yeah. So him taking water mons is very smart now, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So, Mime Jr.
I assume he took Mime Jr. for barriers.
I don't know. Barriers is basically like Aurora Veil, right?
No, I'm just saying like for his he's able to do both screens.
Oh, okay. Mime Jr. is soundproof. Filter, he takes half damage, he reduced damage to super effective, but he also has Technician. So.
I don't even see any like builds for him, so Gavin must just be scheming on this one.
Yeah, scheming for sure.
Then I took one of my favorite Pokemon, Salazzle.
Yeah, so you can
Or Salandit.
poison the Steel Mons.
Yeah, being able to poison Steel Mons, just that fire type. Also, it's got a really high special attack, and I like that. So that's what I did. It hits hard with its fire types. It hits hard with its poison types, and it can also poison steel types. So
yeah, corrosion.
Yeah, no complaints with it.
Yeah. Applin. I don't know if it's dragon yet. I think it's just grass.
I think it's also just grass. I think this is just a tank.
Yeah. Don't know. Could have that. I think it actually is grass dragon already.
I don't know.
Let's see. Applin. Applin. Bulletproof, ripen. So it ripens berries and doubles their effect. And then gluttony. So basically, if you had a terrain setter and you used like a grassy seed or a psychic seed, you get double special defense or double defense in that form.
That's interesting. Maybe he'll do something like that. I think he just took it because it was on a tier list somewhere. He saw somebody say it was good.
I mean, it's a grass dragon.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not terrible.
4 times weak to ice, but that's pretty much it.
Oh, it knows the move recycle, so it can recycle its held item. That's why.
So you could sit there and just use a seed or a berry over and over and over again.
Correct.
All right. And then Ryan took Meowth, which is a fan favorite. Love fake out, high speed.
It's the hardest hitting fake out mon, which in Little Cup, fake out from stab Meowth with Technician does half of every mon's damage, just about.
So, yeah, it's a good Pokemon. No complaints.
It's a great lead against people that are going to, set up on you, because you can fake them out, hit them hard enough, and then they're not going to get a move off before they set up their second, before they even set up their first thing.
Yeah.
You might even kill them.
Then we got a Sandy Gast. His ability
Ground
is
Ghost.
He's able to absorb water and turn it into a defense boost.
Yeah.
So it does still hurt him,
it's
though.
still weak to water, though.
Yeah, it still hurts him.
Weak, though. Yeah, it still hurts him.
So can only do that so many times. But with berry juice, it makes it a lot easier.
It does. It does. Berry juice makes a lot of things easier. Now we're seeing the ghost mons just go off the table.
And some grass mons.
Grass and ghost.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Phanta, but I assume that just because it's a grass and ghost type mon, it's got some status moves.
And we have seen a lot of rock, a lot of ground, and a lot of water mons taken. Grass is really good in this format.
Yeah, so we'll see what movesets he uses, but I assume it's probably a status set similar to that Pumpkaboo.
Yeah. Amora, the only Aurora Veil setter in Little Cup.
Yep. That's pretty much explains all of it.
Yep. She sets weather. Setting the weather and hitting double stab moves in Little Cup hits pretty hard. Now, I don't really have weather teams per se, but, stab weather in the weather and not being able to miss a blizzard isn't terrible. And she's beefy. And then Corphish, huge power, great. I finally finish my triangle of grass, water, fire. And Corphish has priority with Oxwood Jet along with knockoff and huge power, so he doubles his attack stat.
Yeah, the knockoff is especially useful in this Little Cup format.
Yeah. Keybound. Cube on ground. I don't know much about its abilities, but like we said, Gen 1 Mons usually have a little bit better stats because they didn't know if they'd make another game.
Yeah, that's true. And then we see a fire type Pokemon. Our second fire, or third fire type, I take that back.
Yeah, but it's also an Intimidate Mon.
Yeah.
And if
it's also a Flash Fire.
It is Flash Fire as well. If you look back at a lot of the Mons in this format, physical attackers, especially with how prevalent fighting is.
Yep.
I mean, the best Mons in this are all physical attackers, just about. Diglett, physical attack. Onyx, look at the first round. Almost everyone except for your Abra was a physical attacker.
Yeah, I tried to go more towards the special attacking route whenever I was drafting.
You know what I mean? Like, that is, having Intimidate is good, and Flash Fire would be helpful with his Darumaka, and that's about it, though. He doesn't really have a big fire weakness.
There's a lot of physical attackers in Pokemon in general.
Yeah, so Intimidate's a good ability to have. And Growlithe is Growlithe. I mean, it's not a bad mon.
Decent stats.
Yeah.
I assume he's doing this one for status effects.
Yeah. Oddish, I thought about taking Oddish on my team as well, but it helps my team because in the Sun with growth, the double special attack. Oddish, other than that, I think it has a pretty good little setup, but you have to have something for her because he cannot use the chlorophyll version. He has to use the other one.
Correct.
Yeah, so if he uses chlorophyll, it's cheating, obviously.
Chlorophyll is banned.
He has to use Runaway. So basically, the move, it basically lets you switch out on arena traps. That's all it's a.
Which might be useful.
Which might be useful. Other than that, just the growth, the powders, and being able to pedal dance is huge.
So we'll see how that one goes. Oddish is a cool Pokemon. I like Oddish.
Oddish is not a bad Pokemon. I mean, grass, poison. So. And then Snover, the other ice setting mon, but he cannot do Aurora Veil. Fun fact.
I think he can Stealth Rock.
He can. But he also brings in Hail as well.
Yeah.
But he brings in Hail and cannot set up Aurora Veil.
And he's he's only weak to fire. I don't know.
Yep, 4 times weak to fire, 1 weakness.
Yeah, so not a bad Pokemon, especially if he sets Hail and is kind of annoying with other Pokemon.
Yep. Which Hail in Little Cup, doing 1/8 damage, you gotta think, Little Cup, 1/8 is like this much. I mean, it's a harder hit than going against level 50 and level 100 mons. So. Electrike. Just a fast Fire Fang, Thunder Fang. I mean, it's doesn't have Strong Jaw, or is that only Yamper?
It does not have Strong Jaw.
Okay, Lightning Rod though.
Lightning Rod, and then it's got Static as well.
Oh, lightning rod's better for your team for sure, with your lightning weakness on some of your mons.
Yeah, it's not a bad Pokemon. I chose it for the.
Electric typing, one weakness in ground.
Yeah, lightning rod and static are basically all it has.
Yeah.
It's got minus as well, but
You won't use that.
I used it to help with my water type mons, but also to help with killing other people's water type mons.
It's making your team versatile and switch-ins too, adding an electric mon to your team. So.
Yeah. Switch-ins are huge in Little Cup.
Switch-ins are big in Little Cup. Well, in singles format in general, so.
Yeah.
Don't know much about Litten. If it can, besides Intimidate. It's basically Growlithe, but not as strong.
Well, it's got Intimidate, Fake Out, Parting Shot.
Yeah.
Parting Shot is pretty useful.
Is Parting Shot a TM, though? Or does Incineroar just learn that?
I think it learns it through breeding.
Okay. Well, if it learns it through breeding, then you can definitely get Parting Shot on him.
I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but I had an Incineroar for a hot minute when we redid one of our leagues.
Yeah, I have all those mons ready, too. I had quite a few of them.
Helioptile.
Honestly, Helioptile is great. It's a immediate ghost counter because it hits hard. Ghost can't hit it because look at his team with all the fighting types that he has. If someone brings in a ghost type, the ghost type can basically set up or wall and hit his fighting types very effectively. But if he switches in Helioptile, he takes no hits.
Also, that electric, we're seeing a lot of electric types being taken right now. So
that's with one weakness in ground.
Yeah.
Yep. Magby has high stats.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure does it do contrary as well?
I know it has flame body.
Flame body. Okay, so you can get burned if you hit Magby.
It has flame body and vital spirit, so I imagine he's going to go with flame body.
Yeah.
Vital spirit's good, but I just don't see it being as good as flame body and being able to check those physical counters.
Yeah, if someone hits you physically and then you burn them and then their physical attacks go down. So
yeah.
Flame body's not bad.
Now, this is a really good pick. Personally, I think Alolan Meowth is better than Kantoan Meowth.
I do not, because it doesn't get Technician.
Yeah, but it gets Thick Fur instead, which doubles its defense stat.
Yeah, but being able to... it's dark and normal, right?
I think it's just dark.
If it's just dark, it doesn't get stabbed Fake Out.
Yeah, but... Fake Out
Technician is the reason Meowth is so good in Little Cup.
But Fake Out's only so good for so much. Him being able to get those stab knockoffs and with that double boosted defense, I think is going to be more useful, especially because I believe that he can also learn Rattled, which is if he gets hit with an Intimidate or something like that, his speed goes up.
It's not Intimidate. It's Dark, Ghost, and Bug moves.
Yeah, Intimidate is considered a dark move.
From an ability? It's an ability. It's not a move.
It still counts as getting hit with it.
That's stupid. It's not a move. It's an ability.
So.
If that's true, that's just dumb.
And then his second pick, he takes Wingull.
Now, it is a Darkmon that can't learn Knockoff, though.
Oh, can't learn Knockoff? It's still...
No, it can.
Oh, I was going to say, it should.
But you have to bring it to Sun and Moon to do it, which I know Jack's not going to do, so he's not going to get one.
Yeah, he probably didn't think it out.
Drizzle.
Yeah, I don't know what...
Wait, no. Drizzle is only Pelipper,
Only Pelipper? Then what... I don't know what good Wingull is.
Wingull only has one weakness, Electric.
Yeah. I guess just having a water type that does...
Honestly, in singles format, one weakness mons are not terrible.
Yeah.
Because if you switch out before you get hit with one of those moves into something that doesn't take that, that's not bad.
I assume it's got Roost as well. So,
I'm sure it does. It's a flying type. Most flying types get Roost.
Yeah, so he'll be able to heal himself. I know that he Rain Dish is another thing Wingull can do.
He can Rain Dance.
Yeah, he could Rain Dance with his Rain Dish.
Yeah. I don't know much about Wingull, besides that it's basically Baby Pelipper without Drizzle.
Another Intimidate Mon.
I would be surprised if Calvin uses this as an Intimidate Mon.
Rather than the Rough Skin?
He's going to be using it as a Speed Boost Mon.
Oh, they don't learn Intimidate. They have Rough Skin and Speed Boost.
Yeah. Speed Boost is what he's going to use this Mon for. Protect on the first turn. Get your Speed Boost, and then stab crunches.
Yeah. Rocky Helmet Rough Skin is also pretty useful if you were going to take a more defensive.
Physical attackers, that's true, but Speed Boost is the best ability in all of Pokemon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
I think it's a top 5, but I think Libero and what's the ability that Greninja has? Protean. I think those are better, just because of the offensive and defensive capabilities.
I don't know. Speed Boost is, especially in singles format, is just really good.
If Baton Pass was still legal, then I would agree. But Baton Pass is not legal.
That's true. But at the same time, Speed Boost is not... It's not terrible. And no, he can't crunch. He'll only be able to bite.
Still strong.
Crunch is a level up move.
Still a strong hit.
Yeah, still a strong hit. Stab Aqua Jet is going to hurt a lot of people, though.
Yeah, that priority Aqua Jet. So...
Carbuncle. He does take another water type, but it's not weak to electric because of rock. So I don't know much about Carbuncle besides that it's defensively set and only has one weakness in grass. So
yeah, I'm not sure why he took it.
Don't know.
I wonder if Calvin's helping him scheme, because I don't see a strategy in Binacle other than its typing being pretty useful typing. I don't know of anything. I bet you it's probably got Stealth Rocks, and it's probably...
it's a rock Pokemon, so of course it has Stealth Rocks.
Yeah. It's probably got other... I bet it's got like...
it has Sniper.
Sniper. Yeah, so...
And Tough Claws. So increases power moves that are physically contacted. So basically a Life Orb if he uses physical moves. Sniper, which is great. And then Pickpocket. So he can steal the item across from him as well.
Pickpocket's going to be big.
Yeah, so it's actually not... It's one of his better mons, in my opinion, than with that being said.
Having Pickpocket's big. Being able to really hinder your opponent.
Its stats across the board aren't great, but, the abilities and the different builds you can make with this mon are very effective. And you got to think, it is late in the draft.
Yeah, this is the 9th round, so...
Yeah. This pick rotted me to my core. I almost took this with my, second pick of the draft, but I was like, you know what? Nobody's going to want Trico. It doesn't help anybody's team but mine. And you know what Gavin thought? Hey, this mon's really powerful on one person's team. I'm going to make sure and get it before someone else can.
Yeah, Gavin's always scheming. He'll pull things from other people's team.
He drafts away from you if he sees you going a certain direction. He's very smart that way.
Yeah.
Unburden Trico. Enough said. Double speed out of a starter Pokemon with decent defense because it's grass, and being able to Swords Dance on your first turn, take a hit, Berry Juice back up, and then you get double speed. So
yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Purloin. It's a prankster Pokemon.
Yep, prankster.
Yeah, that pretty much is the usefulness of it.
Yeah. Um, can she set up screens though?
No.
So basically, it's used to copycat and fake tiers.
Status effects, encore, stuff like that.
Yeah, encore. That's big too. That's true.
Prankster encore is very useful.
Yeah. All right, Larvitar. I don't know if it's baby T-Tar or not. Usually when I get a Larvitar, it's really late in the game, and I never use it until it's T-Tar. So,
I think this is his Stealth Rock setter.
Okay, that is a squishy Stealth Rock setter.
But he does not have the Dark type typing.
No, he's just ground.
I think that Larvitar might be ground and rock. I think he might be one of those few that actually lose a type. Yeah.
Yeah, he's ground rock. You are correct.
So.
But he knows guts.
He's guts, yes.
Okay.
And actually, a lot of people like to.
4 times a week to water and grass, though.
That's true. But a lot of people apparently run Dragon Dance. He can still Dragon Dance.
He still can Dragon.
And he's got decent stats still. So.
Yeah, I mean, Larvitar is Tyranitar is one of the best Pokemon in the format, in any format, so why wouldn't baby T-Tar be the same?
Yeah. Interesting that he's one of the Pokemon that loses his typing whenever he evolves.
Yeah. He's just a big old loser. Dino.
Yeah.
Dino. I don't know how to say it. Dragon Dark, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if his typing is different as a Babymon.
Yeah.
But
I think he has both.
Yeah, he's still Dragon Dark. So he's 4 times weak to Fairy. Still weak to Ice.
Yeah, but look how many Fairymons are out there. Oh, wait. There's been 1 taken the entire time.
That's true.
Yep.
So.
But most Psychic Mons can learn Dazzling Gleam, so watch out.
And dragons just have good stats.
They do. I mean, 4 times or half resistance to fire, water, all of the above.
And electric. Yeah.
Yeah, electric, grass, all the above. I said all the above. I didn't want to repeat it.
Pumpkaboo.
Ghost.
It's a huge pain. Can't hit him.
Grass.
Can't hit him with any spores, anything like that. He has a very, I can't remember what his ability is, but it's also really annoying.
He also has pickup.
Yeah. He's able to learn Flamethrower, so.
As a Grassmon, which is so strange to me. But most Ghostmons do learn Firemons, or fire moves.
Yeah. So. Also, it's kind of like a jack-o'-lantern, so like there's like a little fire inside of it.
Yeah, it's just like Chandelure.
Yeah, so. And then we see another fossil Pokemon, presumably because of stats.
Rock.
And Bug as well.
Setter.
Rock Bug.
Yeah, it's a Puron setter of in any case. And it has like battle armor or something as one of its abilities.
No critical hits.
No critical hits. Yeah, battle armor. Along with Swift Swim.
Swift Swim.
Which he doesn't have a Rain Dance setter, so I don't know if that would be.
It's also a Rapid Spinner and can learn Knockoff.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a defensive mon that's a good lead.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
With Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, and Knockoff, you can send it in on another. You can send it in on another Stealth Rocker. Get your Stealth Rocks off, and then Rapid Spin to get rid of theirs. So,
it's a baby Shuckle.
We'll see what he does with it. It's a good pick.
It's not bad this late in the draft by any means. Right here, this is where I almost kept Natu. Instead, I almost took out Alolan Sandslash, but the only reason I kept it is because he has 1 weakness, fire, and if you go back looking through the draft, not very many Firemons.
No. Not very many.
And Slush Rush.
Yep. That's the pick.
I mean, it's late in the draft. I thought I was going to go Sandshrew and Trico, and I didn't get Trico.
I mean, this is literally like the 90th pick. So
yeah,
90 Pokemon are off the board at this point.
Yeah. And my final pick, which was a backup to Trico, it is Woobat.
Also unburdened, right?
Not unburdened. It has simple.
Which is that's where it changes or gives somebody else the ability, right?
No, if you do a stat boost, it's double effective. So a Swords Dance is ×4.
Oh, okay.
A Plot is ×4.
So if you Calm Mind,
a Calm Mind is a ×2 for special defense and special attack.
Pretty useful ability. So
yeah, pretty useful ability. And flying and psychic type, which we know there's a lot. So it's 4 times resistant to all those fighting mons out there.
Yeah, and there's a decent amount.
There's a lot.
See another dragon taken off the board.
Which I don't see. This is the worst dragon in the format.
Yeah, it doesn't have the speed or the hard hitting that it's.
No bulk, no speed. The only thing it will have is switch-ins on normal and fighting types.
Yeah, the ghost typing's pretty useful. So
the ghost typing is the only, but he already has another one with Phantom. So
and with Sinistea. So
and Sinistea.
I think it was just a last round pick. He just took
just a last round pick.
Yeah.
Probably will never see it. In my opinion.
This is the best last round pick of the last round, I think.
Oh, baloney.
This Pokemon
Trubbish
is a menace.
Well, it's just Devlin is all about stalling the game, and this is one of the better stall mons in Little Cup.
Its ability to recycle and live through anything, super irritating.
It recycles. It's berry juice.
Also, sets toxic spikes.
But Earthquake kills it through and through.
Yeah.
On most mons.
Yeah.
So.
But
we all know Earthquake is prevalent in singles.
So. Rounds out Devlin's team pretty well. He's got a pretty good balance of typing on his team.
He has a very huge ground weakness, in my opinion.
Well, you say that, but he's got 2 water types and then 2 ground types. So.
Yeah.
And an ice type.
The hard hitters on the team, which he has to bring some. You can't just bring defense and hope that you win. I mean, purely defense, I mean.
He's only got 2 Pokemon that are weak to ground.
What? Trubbish, Skorupi.
Skorupi's bug type, so it resists ground.
Oh, okay. Well, then Growlithe and Trubbish is it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Still,
well, I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how often he'll bring Growlithe, to be honest. We'll see.
I don't either, but honestly, if you have Earthquake on any mon to deal with Trubbish, that's what you need, because it's... Or Psychic, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't take care of Trubbish, he's going to be a nightmare for you.
Yeah, but Trubbish is a special defensive mon, not a defensive mon.
Is it?
I don't know. Let's look it up. I would assume so, with how many Psychic Pokemon are out there. Because you can wall and then re-hit your recycle and just stay alive.
It is equal defense and special defense.
So you can build it either way.
Yeah, so we'll see how he builds it. I assume he'll build it towards defense to take.
I assume he'll have 2 of them.
Well, yeah, depending on the team. But most people have ground types on their team, so I anticipate that he'll have a physically defensive Trubbish. But we'll see.
He also has Stench, just like, so he can flinch you.
Yeah. So Ryan, for his last pick, chooses Litwick.
I think a lot of people are choosing Ghostmon on their final just for switch-ins on normal and fighting types.
Also he's getting a second fire type on his team. Litwick also has really high special attack.
It does.
As we learned in our playthrough.
It's a limp noodle, but it does have very high special attack. It has decent speed tier.
Yeah. That special attack would be handy.
Yeah.
Now this Pokemon, I've seen it occasionally in competitive on Smogon.
Its only weakness is fire.
Yeah.
That's all I know about Shelmet.
It's okay. It's a good last round pick. I think it gets first impression. I might be wrong about that.
Ooh, so if it gets first impression, that's not bad.
I think it gets first impression.
Nice.
So, because I had Drillbur and he has the Sand Rush, I decided to go ahead and get a defensively tanky Pokemon that could also set sand. So I got Hippopotas. And
I mean, if you took Drillbur, why not take Hippopotas? And it's the same thing with me, with Sandslash and Aurora. I mean, it's just, why not have it if you need it against a certain team?
He's also a Stealth Rock setter, so...
Yeah. Hippopotas, I mean, it's defensively, I mean, it's not a bad, it's a really good last pick, especially because it helps one other mon on your team, gives you high defense, and he has Slack Off to recover as well.
And in Sand, his special defense goes up by 1.5, so...
Yep.
And then Gavin takes Galette.
Yep. I think it's strictly for the ghost typing to not get hit by fighting.
Probably for the switch in on his normal types.
His team is pretty weak to fighting.
Yeah. That's probably what it is.
Magnemite, Porygon, Bunnery, and Litten, all weak to fighting.
I imagine that he probably also has something like weak armor or something like that on Galette.
Yeah. I mean, Ghosts have cool abilities, so
yeah,
definitely could be.
Execute.
I mean, Grass Psychic. It rounds out his team. Honestly, and it's a fighting. You know, it does help with his switch-ins, specifically like against. I mean, not really against flying types, but against psychic types because it can wall psychic.
Yeah. Its ability to leech seed and do stuff like that. Yeah. I assume.
I mean, if you're fighting a psychic mon, why not switch into execute and take a 4 times resistant or 1/4 resistant to psychic?
Yeah. Not a bad last pick. Larvesta, which is a pretty good last pick.
Yeah. Larvesta is
great stats.
Flame body along with whatever the bug move, Petal Dance or whatever.
Quiver Dance.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it can up its speed, attack, and defense, along with Flame Body.
I don't know if he learns Quiver Dance at that low level, but
might even be Flash Fire as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know it's got decent stats. That's all I know.
It's not a bad mon.
Yeah.
And then last pick, not a bad mon at all.
Jack takes
Prankster
Pokemon with Tailwind. Makes sense.
Yeah, a Prankster Tailwinder that can set up screens.
Yeah, so
it's a great last pick to round out your team.
It gets him that grass type that he didn't have also, so
yeah, he's 4-time weak to poison though.
Yeah, that's true. But he's got enough counters on his team that I think he'll be able to be fine to get.
Cottony is such a limp noodle, though.
Oh, it definitely is.
I think if you bring in Coughing, Cottony just faints. That's what I've heard. You know, you just bring in a poison type mon, it just faints in front of you.
But the ability to set up Pokemon like Tyrunt with a Tailwind and
and Scrafty and Diglett, it'll basically make Diglett so fast you cannot do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't out-choice Scarf it even.
Nope.
And
John Henry's favorite slide. No, what are you doing?
I don't know how that happened. And that is the end of our presentation.
Yeah.
So thanks for being around, sticking with us.
If you made it this long, we appreciate it. And this is John Henry's creation. How long did it take you to make this?
Like 30 or 40 minutes.
So Jack is one of the original 4 that is still in the league, and he does not have a championship. And Jack is such a strong-minded person. He always, this is perfect. I mean, you guys act like you're always better than me. And then look at us with our championship trophies and crowns.
Personally, I think of all the teams that I've seen, I think I haven't seen Gavin's yet in action, so I don't know what schemes he's got. But I think that Devlin and Jack have two of the best teams in the league.
Jack's team's pretty good. I like Devlin and I like Calvin's team as well.
I think,
and then not to toot my own horn, but I like my team as well.
I think Devlin's team has a leg up on Jack's team. Jack's first couple picks were great, and then it kind of dipped and then came back up at the end. But I think overall, Jack has a pretty steady team. So
Devlin's team is just scary because of all the defensive walls and stall mons that he has.
Walls, stalls, and gimmicks.
Yep.
So,
wall, stall, gimmicky mons.
So
they're hard to beat sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, Devlin and Gavin pay the most attention to Little Cup before the season. So,
okay.
I mean, they've.
I didn't know anything about it until a week before we decided we were doing it.
Same. So, Devlin and Gavin actually paid attention to it. I don't know how much they did, but they knew a little bit going into it. So I think
Devlin has been pushing for Little Cup since season 1 was over. So.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how they do. I imagine. Also, I know Gavin. He is almost done with law school and he's done with all of his classes. He's just doing an internship to finish everything out. He's got more time, and I'm surprised that Gavin hasn't won a championship at this point. He hasn't even played for a championship at this point.
Yeah, he did. Season 2, I beat him.
No, you beat Devlin season 2.
Oh, I played. Okay, so it was in the same video. So I beat Gavin and Devlin in the same video. That's why I think.
Yeah, he hasn't been to a championship match yet, which, with how good his teams are and how well he plays, is surprising. So I imagine that we'll see Gavin really try to get his first championship this season. So I bet he'll push hard for it. I bet he'll study for it. So
we haven't had a repeat yet either. So
no, we haven't.
Repeats.
So we'll see what happens with this season. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I think we can end the video and I'll post it on YouTube.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty, guys.
Like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.
Take it easy.
All right.